The one thing that helped our business go from 5 figures to almost 7 figures in just 2 years. Now, there's kind of lots of factors that were involved in this, but one of the main things that really helped kind of skyrocket our business was when we became kind of a cash flow business. And what I mean by that is we went from kind of a project-based business where we take on projects randomly to a kind of subscription business where clients paid us every single month. And in this video, I'm going to kind of break down the process of these two things and why you might want to transfer from a project-based business to a cash flow business and the benefits of it. So to give you a bit of background, we used to run a web design agency and we would take on website projects kind of randomly as they came in. So one month we might have 3 people contact us and wanting a website. We charge like 10 or 15,000. Perfect, that's great. And then it could be another 2 or 3 months before we had a client get in touch with us again. Web design, especially at that kind of level of how much we were charging, is a kind of long sales process. So sometimes we did have to wait a while before someone else got in touch and wanted a website and actually went ahead and bought from us. Now, the problems with this was, it's great when the months, they come in and you get a lot of money, but you also have that kind of feast and famine cycle where a lot of the time we just had to wait for the next sale to come in. Another huge problem with this is we didn't kind of charge up front for the whole website project. That'd be quite a lot to ask. Can you give me 15,000 right now for this website project? So we had to charge kind of a third up front or 25% up front. So that meant, we were waiting in between times. 2 months would go by, 3 months would go by, and then we'd get kind of the next installment and then the next installment. And this really became a problem during 2020, during COVID, when everything locked down. We had a lot of website clients in the travel and tourism industry, and they just rang us up. And I remember distinctly one week, which, we'll call kind of the black week for us, where we had like 3 clients ring up and they owed us kind of 10,000 each, and they just rang and said, there's not much point us carrying on with this project. We're not going to pay you next 2 or 3 installments that we owe you for the website. So that was really, really scary when that happened, and it made us realize, what a precarious position we're in. One, we were kind of, relying solely on this travel and tourism industry, which was a big mistake that we made. But 2, because we were kind of reliant on those next payments, we were then stuck. We'd planned out the next 3 months worth of work and our income was dependent on that. And then they just said, you know what, we're not paying. So that was really, really difficult. And it's something that if you run this kind of business is definitely a huge, huge risk. And the next thing was, you're constantly trying to really scrap for sales. You're constantly thinking about sales. You're constantly kind of scrapping around, trying to find sales, chasing people for sales. You constantly have that pressure. It's kind of like a hum in the back of your mind that even if you're sleeping, you're constantly feeling it. Where is my next sale coming from? Where's my next sale coming from? I've got to make a sale. And that can kind of lead to, you coming across as a bit desperate sometimes for sales. You're constantly pushing for it. You're not kind of running your business the right way when you're desperate for sales. Everyone kind of gets a sense of it and a feel of it. So it's really not a nice place to be. Then we kind of launched our content marketing agency, and we knew that we wanted to do things completely differently. So when we launched our content marketing agency, we'd written a book about content marketing, and quite a few people had asked us, because we'd written that book, can you create the content for me, for my business? So the content marketing agency that we created was kind of born out of people asking us for that service. So we already had that demand there, which was really nice. So what we decided to do was, rather than just do one-off projects, we wanted to set up a subscription service. And we wanted to do this for 2 reasons. One, it's better for the customer because only consistent content performs well. Only consistent content will get you leads and sales. If you're creating random content, yeah, you might get some that go viral and that's nice, but generally it's the consistent content that really performs well. So we knew we wanted our clients to be with us long term so that we could create consistent content for them. And some of our clients, they're with us 2, 3, 4 years, whatever it might be. They're with us a long, long time. Most of our clients are with us a long time. It's rare that we have a client cancel even after a year. So that's really, really nice, and it's good for them because they get that consistent flow of content. The second reason was for our own benefit. So when we can, obviously get people on a subscription service, we know we've got that money every single month coming in. And that is incredibly powerful for your business. So if you can do this with your business, essentially what we did is we productized our service. So we started with blogging and we productized it. So we said to ourselves, okay, how do we make the perfect blogging service? Well, what we do is we take someone right from the beginning, from keyword research to content strategy, coming up with the blog post ideas, all those kind of things, and we go all the way to publishing that content, and the client doesn't even have to check the content in order for that blog to be published. They can do if they want, but the idea is that we'll do everything they could possibly need, the graphic design, the putting the blog on their website, optimizing it, writing it, editing it, everything you could possibly think of in terms of what you need to do for a blog. It actually takes 5 people, 6 people on our team to do this. Everything that you could possibly need to do with a blog, we put that into one service, and we completely productize that. And that's what we delivered as our subscription service that people pay for every single month. And we've done the same for video, we'll do the same for social media, we'll do pretty much the same for any service that we launch going forward. We'll make sure it's a productized service. And the benefits of doing this are just phenomenal. So firstly, you're able to forecast so much more accurately. So I know pretty accurately, probably about 18 months to 2 years in advance, exactly how much I'm going to get as a minimum every single month, because I can kind of figure out how long a client stays with us, which is an extremely long time. And I can also figure out, okay, they're paying this much every single month and they're going to be with us, let's just say 2 years. So I can accurately say, this is what we're going to get every single month. And that's not including new clients that come on board. So I know my minimum that people are going to be with us every single month. And that's amazing, because then I can go, okay, well, I can now confidently hire a writer or a content strategist or a video editor or a video strategist. I can now confidently hire people to help fulfill this role, because I know that as a minimum I'm earning this and their wage comes to this, and so I can confidently hire. And I even think, if someone cancels, if 2 people cancel, 3 people cancel, I can still very, very comfortably cover payroll. So that puts me in a really, really good position there to kind of build this service and scale this service. And that's the next huge benefit of productizing your service, is that once you have it productized and you know exactly step by step what you need to do to deliver the service and who you need to deliver it, you can just scale it. So all you're doing then is you're hiring more team members to help scale the service and get in front of more people. So it's a very, very good method in order for growing your business, and much better than a project-based kind of business setup. Now, there are some drawbacks for this. Some people don't like a productized service because they think it's not as creative, or they don't get to do different things. For me personally, I quite like seeing the results that it gets for our clients, seeing that consistency pay off. And also, when we work with a client kind of long term on that basis, it means we really get to know and understand their business, and content creation gets even easier, which means we can even be more and more creative every single time. I'm just doing one-off projects, it doesn't really feel like I can get my teeth into it and be as creative as possible. So I kind of understand what people say when they say, kind of having the same service and doing it over and over again can feel a little bit boring. But to me, it's not boring at all. It's what you bring to it and how much you learn about your client and what they like, that helps you be more creative. So I'd say that's probably the biggest thing that has made a huge difference to our company. It's productizing our service, making it extra clear what we do, and taking a subscription off clients so that we become a cash flow business and not a project-based business. Do I miss big, huge injections of cash, that we got with a project business? Not really, no, because, I know every single month I'm going to get this amount in, and that's really nice. Plus then it kind of takes the pressure off me. I don't have to think about, sales all the time. I can actually take things slowly, take things with a strategic mindset for my business, and make much, much better decisions. So what about you? Have you ever thought about productizing your service before, or have you done this? I would love to know in the comments below. Just let me know. So if you liked this video, just hit like and subscribe so you get notified the next time we publish a video.